What's up, Arizona? You're watching 12 Sports tonight on 12+. Coming up in this episode, the Diamondbacks named their opening day starter. Bobby Hurley is out as ASU's men's basketball coach, and we'll show you how you can help in the fight against ALS. 12 Sports Tonight starts right now.
It was rumored, Cam, for a while that Bobby Hurley might be out. I mean, did they fire him in the tunnel?
No, they didn't fire him in the tunnel.
I mean,
and technically, Troy, they're not firing him. They're not extending his contract.
Oh, okay.
His contract was up after this year. Technically runs out in June. ASU is just not extending it. But we've talked about it all year. Like, this was always going to be a tough year for Bobby to keep his job going into year 11. There wasn't a lot of excitement around the program. Had to rebuild the roster. Yes, I thought he did a really good job with it. But at the end, just not enough winning. And I think there are certain situations where you see it's a good time to part ways for both sides, the coach and the university. This seems like one of those times. Just a few hours after ASU suffered one of their worst losses of the season and got bounced from the Big 12 tournament, the news hit. It is over. Bobby Hurley will not return to ASU. Hurley is out after 11 seasons, 3 NCAA tournaments, his 185 wins in Tempe, making the second winningest coach in ASU men's basketball history. This past few years really have been tough out there for Bobby and the program. Winning just hasn't happened a lot. ASU informing Hurley on this news after the game. Hurley got a chance to speak post-game on what his time meant for him at ASU.
It's been a long road. It's been a special time. I have two of my kids graduated from ASU. I've had the opportunity to coach some fantastic young men, and had some terrific moments over the years. And it's a great university, great administration, my president. But I don't have any regrets. I laid it out on the line to the best that I could every night. So I told the guys I did, and I know they did it for each other this year, and I did it, until the last buzzer sounded.
Yeah, he really coached his team really hard to the end, and this year's squad is a really good example of that, kind of what they were able to accomplish. A bunch of no-name guys were able to win some pretty big basketball games.
Kansas, and they beat Kansas?
Yeah. Listen, I want to say this about Bobby Hurley. I hope ASU fans say thank you to Bobby. It is coaching at ASU, especially basketball, is in my mind, one of the toughest jobs in America. That arena is terrible. Yes, they're going to upgrade it, but it's one of the worst arenas in all of sports. The budget is not great. The NIL budget is not great. Yet somehow, over these 11 years, Bobby has won some really big games there. And before COVID, that place was rocket. He was on the verge of going to 3 straight tournaments, had his best team yet. COVID shut all that down. And post-COVID, it's just been harder to get players to come back to ASU because the playing fields have changed across college basketball. Budgets are now through the roof, and if you don't have a high NIL budget and can't get good players to come to your university, you're just not going to compete.
And some schools, it seems like, are basketball schools,
Yes.
and some schools are football schools, and ASU's never really been a basketball school.
And that's what, Troy, if just more resources. That's why whoever the next coach is, you got to pour more resources into that program if things are really going to change. Bobby should be really proud of the job that he did. ASU, he left the program in a better place. He just released this statement, but I want to read this part to you guys. The role I stepped into as Pac-12 head coach in 2015 is very different than the one I'm leaving today. It's what we talked about. The game has changed, right? I'm very proud of what we have achieved and confident this program is in a stronger place than when I arrived. I am as energized as ever and as excited for the future. Bobby Hurley will get a next head coaching job. ASU will have another head coach. Nothing will change, though, at ASU until they renovate that arena, bring it up to at least some 2000 standards, right? And they dump more money into that program, period, bottom line.
But football's begging for money, too.
Yeah, they're all begging. So is women's basketball.
Yeah.
So is hockey. They're all begging for money. Yeah. But you, in order to compete, Troy, with some of the best programs out there, which ASU is in that block, right, the Big 12 Conference, they're going to get like 10 teams in the tournament. You got to be able to pour some money into it. ASU needs to put more resources there if their basketball program is going to succeed. Corbin Carroll, man, great to see him back in the lineup, making his spring debut 1 month after breaking his hand. Carroll went 0 for 3 at the plate, but he's on track to be ready for opening day. And so is Zach Gallen. D-backs naming Gallen their opening day starter. 4th consecutive opening day start for Gallen. Game 1 in LA against the Dodgers. You can watch that game, by the way, right here on 12 News. Remember, at the start of spring training, Gallen wasn't even on the roster. He gets the nod after Merrill Kelly had to be pushed back with a nerve injury.
They're all going to have the right heartbeat. They're all going to be fine taking the bump on opening day. But I just feel like Zach deserved it. I know it wasn't a pristine year for him last year, but he battled, he fought. He showed some resilience in the second half of the season, got himself on the right track, and he chose the Arizona Diamondbacks again. So I'm glad for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. Tory let me know yesterday. Understandably, Merrill got named the opening day starter, which he should have. He fully deserved it. For me to get that honor again is nice with him not being able to make the start.
Corbin Carroll saw the expected absence doctors gave him and said, "Raise the bar, I'll grind even harder." Carroll broke his hand before spring training even started. He's back before spring training ends.
Number 7, Corbin Carroll.
This is a sight for sore eyes and a sound even the most optimistic ears didn't expect.
A nice round of applause is for Corbin Carroll, who will dig in from the left side.
Corbin Carroll back in the lineup, back in the leadoff spot for his spring training debut.
Grounds a ball to the right side of the infield.
Just like this ground out, Carroll crushed the injury timeline. He had surgery exactly a month ago. The hamate bone was broken, but his determination was not.
You got to go out there with what you got, and I think, got enough right now.
On Wednesday, Carroll showed he was close to healthy and capable of taking healthy hacks.
He smashed that ball.
113 off the bat.
The exit velocity representative of the speed at which he returned.
The timeline that they set out was to play opening day, and I feel like, on track to do that.
Carroll not surprised, and neither is anyone else.
I didn't honestly think it would happen this soon, but it's Corbin Carroll.
I had a feeling he would be back fairly soon, just how diligent I know he is in his just about everything he does.
Carroll was hitless in his 3 at-bats, a flyout and a strikeout in his final 2 trips. He's confident he'll find the sweet spot soon.
Felt fine. I mean, obviously it's not going to feel, perfect, but manageable, and just trying to work through it as best I can.
For now, it's handshakes all around because Carroll's hand is recovered and ready to go. Carroll wore a brace on his right hand during pregame warm-ups today, but when I asked him about it, he said he's not wearing it during the game. What he will use is a bat with an axe handle. He said it's a lot less painful, so that's what he'll stick with until he regains that old feeling.
2 weeks left in spring training. Roster cuts will start to happen more regularly. D-backs sending 15 players to the minor leagues, including their top prospect and really one of the most buzzed about players in spring training so far, Ryan Waldschmidt. 9 hits and 28 at-bats this spring, including 3 doubles and a homer. There was a chance the 23-year-old outfielder could make the opening day roster with Corbin Carroll and Lourdes Gurriel Jr. battling back from injury, but he's just not ready yet. Manager Troy Lavello says it's only a matter of time before Waldschmidt's MLB debut, but he'll have to wait a little bit longer.
He's on the right path. He's a student of the game. He's around people that are talking baseball, teaching him. He accepts that. He takes those conversations to the next level by asking good questions, and then he goes out with great aptitude and executes. We laid it out for him, like, keep working, keep doing what you have to do. There is no timeline. The time will happen when you tell us by your performance that you're good and ready, and he'll be fine. He's going to be a really good player for us at some point.
Just be patient, folks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, D-backs got beat up by the Red State Goodyear 13-4. Check out who was making plays in the outfield, Lita. Jordan Lawler. Man is opening day ready. Little nice sliding catch. No problem. Looks like he's done it for a long time, right?
Yeah.
Then here we go. This one was a little shaky, but you gotta play. You gotta make the play. Regardless, a little bobble, I got it, don't worry about it.
That's what fans want to see. Lawler making plays and looking good in spring training.
How about this? Will Benson, something you rarely see, right? Liner down the right field line. Here comes Ellie De La Cruz. But Benson is hustling. Where's the ball? Somebody tag him. He loses his helmet. He's safe.
My goodness.
The inside the park home run. One of those days, folks. D-backs, by the way, they got the Mariners tomorrow at home. Hey, third baseman Nolan Arenado is set to make his D-backs debut a little later this month, right? Opening day out there in L.A. The home openers here on the 30th. But the 10-time Gold Glover is really no stranger to debuts at Chase Field.
Yeah, Arenado made his first big league start against the D-backs way back in April of 2013. He got called up while he was in Tucson for a minor league game, so how convenient, right? Or so he thought, as 12 Sports journalist Jake Garcia tells more.
An MLB debut at Chase Field was supposed to symbolize the end of a chase. Nolan Arenado had made it to the majors, a soon-to-be rock star for the Colorado Rockies.
Arenado drives one deep to left and gone.
But the day before, Nolan found himself being chased down by his parents. Millie and Fernando weren't the helicopter type, just concerned about their son getting to Phoenix in one piece. It started at a BJ's in Tucson. Nolan in town for a AAA game. His parents had decided to visit for the weekend. The food hadn't even cooled when Arenado got the call.
We had a feeling it was possibly that. And then once he told me that, hey, I'm getting called up, obviously we were all ecstatic.
The excitement only grew.
The Rockies sent a car to drive me to Chase.
Nolan was getting the big league treatment.
Before Uber, you know what I mean? Because I wasn't really around. It was like you just hire, a black car to come pick you up.
Nolan's mom recalls the color differently, and that's where the red flag started.
This white limo, it was kind of old, I'm not gonna lie. I'm expecting this shiny black, so this white limousine pulls up.
What happened after was a blur for both the family and the driver.
We're driving, it was really flat and straight. I didn't even notice because I was so excited.
Nolan sure noticed.
The driver he wasn't drunk, but he was not all right, and I don't know what was going on. He was really tired and kind of swerving a little bit. We told him to pull over.
Mom and Dad were following in their own car, a pit stop for everyone at Circle K.
The gentleman gets out and he goes get some coffee, and I got candy or something. And Fernando says to me, like, this guy, he's making me nervous the way he's driving.
Something wasn't right, so we just said, hey, you can go home. My dad will take me. We're good.
It was kind of weird. He was like, oh, he sort of didn't really fight it.
It was a great service from the Rockies, but the driver wasn't that. He wasn't ready.
It may have cost Nolan being ready for his first game. The trip down I-10 had taken longer than expected. The arrival in Phoenix had bled into tomorrow.
Midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. I didn't go to bed till maybe 6, 7. I was too fired up and nervous about it.
His mom was just as flustered.
If I knew that he was going to debut, I would have got a nice outfit and all the things. I mean, I had no idea.
All that trouble in Arenado's first game was unspectacular. 0 for 3 with the walk and left stranded as the tying run in the ninth.
Diamondbacks win it.
A classic case of the chase being more thrilling than the catch.
That's not how I envisioned it at all, actually. I didn't envision my parents coming with me. I didn't envision the driver not being locked in, ready to go. But once we were in Phoenix and stuff like that, that's when it became real.
In Phoenix, Jake Garcia, 12 Sports.
Thanks a lot, Jake. And Lita had a pretty good career after that, huh?
Yeah, he did. Turned out all right.
Hey, opening day right here on 12 News. The D-backs and the two-time defending champs, the Dodgers, March 26th. First pitch set for 5:30. 12 Sports. We broadcasting all day long live from Dodger Stadium. We're going to take over. I'm going to put D-back signs all up around L.A.
All red everything. Sedona red, to be exact.
Don't forget, 12 News going to broadcast 11 D-backs games for you this season for you for free in prime time. We cannot wait.
The Dodgers roster has been partially dismantled by the World Baseball Classic, and yet today they managed to trot out a lineup that most teams would envy. The Diamondbacks know they're in for another dogfight this season. Every matchup against L.A. is a measuring stick opportunity. On the food chain hierarchy, the D-backs know where they stand. Their bite can sting, but others can strike harder. The Kings of Major League Baseball viewed like King Kong to their division rival.
Obviously, it's a big challenge with the folks over in L.A. being, as I said to someone the other day, the 900-pound gorilla.
The two-time defending champs can beat their chest after they've beaten the rest of baseball to a pulp.
Thank you.
On Tuesday, the Empire looked again like it could be the eighth wonder of the world.
Pretty much every guy in their lineup can do some damage.
D-back starting pitcher Brandon Pfaadt says his team can't dodge the Dodgers. 13 regular season matchups mean they'll have to go through them.
Getting the starters is awesome. Some people would think of that as the opposite, but I didn't even look at the lineup until I got here today, so I was happy that all of them were in there.
To me, it stood out that we have to be better prepared this year. So we were trying to think of ways to go out and make sure our team was prepared.
Torey Lovello said watching the Dodgers win another World Series led to soul searching.
I was a little bit envious. I knew what it meant to be in the World Series. It's a short time ago that we've been there.
That was a season where the Snakes caught others by surprise. They're connecting the dots to this year's roster.
In years that we're not expected to play as well, that's when we sneak up and shock the world.
In the face of a threat to three-peat, that type of guerrilla warfare may be their only option.
My memory of the way it works in the jungle, the gorilla doesn't win every fight.
No team has won 3 straight World Series since the 2000 Yankees. The team that broke up that dynasty in 2001, the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Cardinals have been busy. You know, the knock on the Cardinals over the past, I think, 2 or 3 free agencies, they're not doing anything. They're not making moves. That's not the case today.
No, but you just have to wonder where the hype meter is right now, Troy. Like, how excited are fans? Because I know they were expecting them to do something big, especially after you move on from Kyler Murray. I don't know if we quite got that. Kind of cue the circus music. It's our favorite game show, guys. Who's the Cardinals' next starting quarterback, right? We've been talking about it for months. We've been speculating. Now we have the answer. Turns out it's the old one. Jacoby Brissett going to start next year for the Cardinals. Brissett, of course, took over for Kyler Murray in Week 6. The offense looked better. The passing numbers were through the roof. NFL record books for most completions. The troops rallied around him, but just one win in 12 starts.
We had no running game.
Yeah,
and an offensive
bad
line
offensive
that was
line.
not good. And
Sure.
the defense wasn't stopping anybody. It wasn't his fault. I think he played really well.
Yeah, Cardinals finished with 14 losses, worst season in team history. Backing him up will be a new guy. Gardner Minshew signs a one-year, $8 million deal with the team. Journeyman quarterback, 5 teams in 7 seasons, 47 career starts. Minshew appeared in just 4 games with the Chiefs last year. His best season came in 2023 when he made the Pro Bowl with the Colts. Why did all this happen? Well, because they missed out on this guy, Malik Willis, the former Packers quarterback. He signs with the Dolphins, 3 years, nearly $68 million with 45 guaranteed. Hey, listen, guys, I know fans were hyped about this guy, but that is crazy money for a QB with just 6 starts in 4 years. You're hoping he's going to pay off, and you just gave him all that money. Cardinals also signing former Falcons running back Tyler Algier, 2 years, $12 million deal. One of the more reliable running backs in the NFL. 0 fumbles in his career. Algier, by the way, will team up with James Conner, who just reworked his contract, and Trey Benson in the backfield. They're also bringing back Valley Boy, fan favorite Roy Lopez on the D-line. They added wideout Kendrick Bourne from the 49ers. Biggest move so far, big signing up front, Isaac Seumalo, one of the top guards on the market. Let's get some reaction. Here's Bo and Johnny from the PHNX Cardinals podcast.
As far as building the trenches, that's what you anticipated them doing. But as far as the quarterback position, trying to find solutions post Kyler Murray, I don't think there's anything that's going to satisfy this fan base. It's really unfortunate. Sure, they came in, they were the bridesmaids to the Malik Willis sweepstakes. I think Malik gave you maybe some promise, some upside that you're not going to get from a quarterback room that's going to have Jacoby Brissett and Gardner Minshew, I guess, battling it out. In the most important position in all of sports, you got some massive question marks around it.
Disastrous day for Cardinal fans. You went from Kyler Murray last year with hope and optimism. It flamed out. Giamatti Ossenford has had 6 months to find a viable solution, to now sit here and say, you know what? We know a lot of you like Kyler Murray. Fair or not, we're going to cut him, and we're going to go with 2 journeyman backups at quarterback. What kind of entertainment are you selling people fresh off a 9-game losing streak with Jacoby Brissett as your starter last year? I think a lot of these Cardinal moves just fall moot because, again, as Bo said, you're flailing at the quarterback position once again.
The moves fall flat because you didn't overpay for a QB with next to no playing time. A QB, by the way, that Hall of Fame Kurt Warner had some questions about after watching his tape. Listen, day one of free agency was not a total disaster. They got better. But in an offseason where you make some big moves, new head coach, you move on from Murray, and coming off the worst season in team history, I get it. Fans wanted more. The moves fall flat because they left fans once again hoping this year will be different. And around here, hope equals just 19 wins in 4 seasons.
Yeah, we're meeting some new faces with our Arizona Cardinals, Lena.
Yes, at least one of them is familiar to me from covering teams in the NFC West in the past. But of course, Roy Lopez, local guy coming home. That's a great story, right? But there's already a bit of camaraderie here. But Kendrick Bourne, who came over from the San Francisco 49ers, he's not afraid to show how much he loves the game of football. The Cardinals are expecting some more production from one of these wide receivers, including Kendrick Bourne next season, but they won't be short in the intensity department. He also played for the Patriots, so Kendrick Bourne's been around. It's his 10th season in the league, and he's happy to be in Arizona. He shared on social media that he was popping champagne bottles with his family to celebrate the signing. But if you haven't had a nap yet, hold on. Energy from Bourne will be sure to wake you up. If you're feeling like a 4 o'clock drag or something.
Use it. Let's go.
Yeah, let's get it. The newest, perhaps most outgoing Cardinal says his best memory of the Bird Gang is from another former Cardinals wideout.
So I think it was my first stint in San Francisco. It was Larry Fitzgerald. I think he had a game-winning catch. I don't know what year it was, but it was crazy. And that's when I was like, okay, yeah, Arizona, they're different. Obviously, Mike LaFleur, that's my guy. Mike was, it's so funny because right when the tampering period opened, he was hitting me up like, hey, what you thinking? And I'm like, hey, bro, you let me know. I'm waiting for you in a sense. I'll run through a wall for that guy. I'm honored, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't take it for granted. So it's even more passion now where I'm at because they try to push you out, you know? So to be welcomed in it's honoring. And so that's how I've been my whole career, is playing with that chip. I just want to bring that energy into the room. I want Marv to feel the energy from me, that I'm enjoying it. Wilson to feel it too. Everybody in the building to feel that I'm passionate about it, that I want to bring something to the team. I got to compete. I got to work my way in, not just coming here to just think I'm the guy. You know, I'm ready to earn it and earn the fans' respect, your guys' respect, organization's respect, and that comes with making plays. So when I get that first catch, man, it's gonna feel good. But that's kind of how I see myself. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. I like him. I like it.
Smile.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, he is ready.
Yeah, winning the presser, of course. But a fun story, I actually covered the San Francisco 49ers when they played the Chiefs in the Super Bowl in Miami. And Kendrick Bourne was like the star of the show. He taught me how to do a little dance with him and Deebo Samuel.
Wow.
But he was really an entertaining character back then. He's grown a lot. He's seen a lot in the league. And now he's really going to be one of the veterans in this locker room, especially at the wide receiver position when you look at Michael Wilson and Marvin Harrison Jr., younger guys that are still trying to really develop a consistent wide receiver A kind of position with this organization. But Kendrick Bourne is talented. He's high energy, great personality, so fans are really going to gravitate to him. And we're expecting to hear more from the new free agents like Gardner Minshew and some of the other new guys that will be joining this clubhouse, locker room, I should say. But one thing that was interesting is going to the Cardinals facility, they've already replaced the pictures of Kyler Murray with Jacoby Brissett in the media room. So it changes quickly in the NFL.
March 14th and 15th, the Love Life ALS Celebrity Pickleball Tournament. Really one of the more meaningful two-day doubles tournaments out there. All skill levels are welcomed. All the proceeds go directly to support the Love Life ALS Foundation. And joining us right now, some very special guests. The Valley Boy from Hamilton High School himself, the host of the event, Glenn Love, and his oldest sister, Nicole. Guys, thank you so much for joining us to talk about this event. Glenn, we'll just start with you. How meaningful is this weekend coming up for you guys?
It's really meaningful. It's my first big fundraiser here in Arizona. It's really giving back to my diagnosis and what I'm going through and helping support everybody that has ALS.
You know, I've always been proud of Glenn since he was knee-high to a grasshopper. And, you know, even now with everything that's going on, he's still doing great things. So it's pretty awesome.
Glenn, you were diagnosed, I got July 12th, 2024, at the age of 35. Do you remember that day and just how tough was that to hear?
It was crazy, honestly. It was like a movie almost, because I work in the film industry and like you'll think, oh, this never happens in real life, but like, dang, it does. So it was more about it being more about my family and what I could do for my child. You just kind of go with it and you want to set a good example.
As a family, we just really kind of rallied around Glenn, and I'm proud of him. That's the best thing I can say. Because this has been very, very difficult, but, you know, we do the best that we can. Him starting this foundation, Love Life, can't say it any better than that. So we're not focused on the end, we're focused on today and what we can do, and helping other people do the same thing.
There's a lot of ups and downs. Yeah, it's a little tough sometimes, but it's a fight every day because you lose. Like right now, I'm losing my voice. You lose something every day, so it's good to have people like my sister around just to be here.
Before this, I mean, man, you lived a pretty cool life. I'll just say it. And, you know, obviously Hamilton High School, played ball at UCLA with our boy Brett Hundley.
Yes,
you know,
sir, Brett.
After that, you played the pro football, Canadian League, and then you were a stuntman.
The first thing I did was like for a Nike commercial, and that was fantastic. I was dubbing for RG3. Actually, it was
it's a Gatorade commercial.
Gatorade commercial, yeah. RG3. I was a double. I had fake dreads on and everything, but that was real. But it was pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Like you're living a movie. Like it's like you're living childhood dreams.
He was in some NFL commercials, a stunt double, and I was like, those are his feet. Like, you know, like I could recognize like bits and pieces of him even when they weren't showing his face, but random like Campbell's soup. I'm like, is that you? And yeah, I didn't tell. He didn't tell me. You know, so he would just show up in different things from time to time, and then as he started getting more things, more adventurous things, hanging off a helicopter type of things, like it was kind of crazy. He was like, don't tell mom. Tell her after, just don't tell her before.
Glenn, was it tough to give all that up in a sense, or change careers you mentioned? Or?
At first it was. Yeah. At first it was. It was very meaningful, so it was a good career and everything, but at the end of the day, this was even more meaningful, right? This is my life, and in people's reality. So even though people are, there's a lot of foundations looking for cures and, like medical devices, they help out, but like nobody's helping out on a day-to-day basis because people are living with it. Yeah, we might find a cure in 5, 10, 20, whatever, 1 year, but like in the meantime, these people are actually dealing with this. So it kind of made me like realize, okay, I need to find a way to help those people out right now. So that's what we did, and that's kind of how Love Life came out, and my name is Love. So I was like, okay, well, love and life, gotta live life, and like, okay, well, there we go.
It's been awesome to see and help other people, who are struggling with ALS, and to give them a little bit of life and a little bit of hope, because, especially if someone just gets a diagnosis, but then to be able to, monetarily help them get their B12 shots, or help them be able to, find a community partner that can help them with something, or even, come to an event that they always wanted to go to but couldn't. I'm his older sister, but I look up to him and, what he does and how he's taking this tragic event and trying to bring some light to other people.
Glenn, do you have a message for people out there maybe that are in your similar shoes, battling through things? What would you like to tell them?
Just don't give up, man. People have good days, bad days, but at the end of the day, we're still here, live, kicking, and taking, things day by day, and just remember just to love life, that's all. So
Love life. Doing it. It is such a great message. It is such a great foundation. Glenn, thank you for your courage. You're an inspiration to us all, and I cannot wait for this event. Sounds like people would have a really good time. Nicole and Glenn here in studio. Don't forget, it is March 14th and 15th out there at the Arizona Athletic Grounds. Guys, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
That'll do it for 12 Sports tonight. Make sure you join us every Thursday night at 8 o'clock.